Hello, and welcome to the Killer Cuties podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Cassidy, and I've seen almost every horror movie out there.
And I'm KD, and before we started, I'd seen almost none of them.
So join us each week as I attempt to make a horror fan out of Katie.
As a warning, we will be discussing spoilers and some uncomfortable topics that may be in the plots, so feel free to check out the film on doesthedogdie.com first to check for any triggers before listening.
Today, we're going to be talking about the movie about an alien invasion told from the perspective of one family, Signs. Let's get spooky. Should I kick us off with a summary?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Graham Hess, who's a former priest, lives on a rural farm with his asthmatic son Morgan, his daughter Bo, and his younger brother Merrill, who's a failed baseball player. Merrill's been helping out with the family since Graham's wife died 6 months earlier after she was hit by a car. After crop circles appear in their corn, they think that local vandals are messing with them. However, soon crop circles begin to show up on the news all around the world, along with lights in the sky. Over the next few days, it becomes clear that aliens have come to Earth. Graham goes over to Ray Reddy's house, the man responsible for Graham's wife's death. Ray says that he's traveling to the lake, believing that the aliens don't like water. He tells Graham that he's sorry for the accident and that he has one of the aliens locked in his pantry. Graham goes in and sees the alien's hand and slices off some of its fingers in a panic. The family then barricades themselves inside their house as the alien invasion begins. When the aliens eventually break into their house, the family moves to the basement. Morgan has an asthma attack when one of the aliens attacks him through a coal shaft, but he makes it through the night. In the morning, they hear on the radio that the aliens have left abruptly, and the family comes back upstairs from their basement. However, they find that the alien that was previously trapped at Ray's house is now in their home, and it takes Morgan hostage. Graham tells Merrill to swing away, which was his wife's last words. The alien sprays Morgan with a toxic gas before Merrill is able to hit the alien with a baseball bat. Graham takes Morgan outside as Merrill fights the alien. Merrill realizes that the water does hurt the aliens and uses the glasses of water left around the house by Bo to kill the alien. Outside, Graham realizes that Morgan's asthma attack constricted his lungs and prevented him from inhaling the toxic gas, saving his life. Graham takes this as a miracle, and months later, the family has recovered from the ordeal and Graham returns to being a priest.
Signs.
Signs.
So great to have finally seen this film.
Yeah, for the, second or third time for you, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember any of it.
I'll never let it go that you told me you watched Signs.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that. I didn't remember any of it. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like there's parts of this movie that, you don't forget.
Yeah.
I will always remember the birthday party scene. Period.
Yes. Yep.
Ingrained in my memory.
Pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Not for the best reasons.
Oh. You don't like that part?
I mean, M. Night didn't want to show the aliens at all in this movie. He wanted them to be invisible.
Yes.
But he couldn't figure out the special effects or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He should have really leaned into that. Show them. Why did you have to show them? And why did you have to show them like that?
See, that one doesn't bother me. Because it's just a quick thing. And also,
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you have to remember this came out in 2002. So
yeah, long time ago.
9-year-old me shouldn't have been pissing and crying in the club.
Yeah.
But I will say, rewatching it now, the alien at the end of the movie, I thought they did a good job of kind of obscuring it, not really fully showing the aliens. And then at the end, it kind of does, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's CGI.
Correct. Yeah. I liked they did a really good job of in the reflection of the knife, in the reflection of the TV. They should have kept it like that. That was much more compelling for me than just straight up the alien. Even the scene where it's it's almost from the alien's point of view, looking at Morgan's face when he puts his arm down to do the gas or whatever. Even that was okay for me. That was still
Yeah, it was like
spooky and
the
mysterious.
close-up shots of the aliens, like face and stuff.
Full body, yeah, and
Yeah.
face. Yeah. That it was just like he had the right idea to begin with. Show them.
Yeah, I think it just would have been harder to like portray what was actually happening in the end there.
That's fair.
I don't know how they would have done that with invisible aliens.
True. True.
um how would they even know, you know? How would you know it was the same alien from Ray Reddy's house if you couldn't see that its fingers were cut off, you know?
True.
um yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind it so much. Yeah, the CGI was like not where we have CGI now, but
Yeah.
again, I did watch this when it like came out, so I was like 9, but yeah, I think for the most part I like that until that moment the aliens are kind of like obscured or only shown for a few seconds or so. I think 90 minutes into the movies the aliens are only shown for like 11 seconds, and in total they're on screen for like a minute and a half. Like it's not a
Yeah.
lot of time for a movie about aliens that the aliens are actually shown.
True. True. Yeah. But I definitely prefer it that way.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, we've talked about it before, but we're both fans of kind of leaving the monsters up to imagination, especially when they're CGI.
Totally.
But don't you dare say anything bad about the birthday party scene. Don't
No, I'm
ever disrespect that scene.
no, it's a good scene. But like
No, not one bad word about it. I won't have it. I'll cut it out.
Bigfoot vibes.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Okay.
No, it was shot in Miami, and all the kids were actually Brazilian.
Oh.
And then apparently a Portuguese couple were gonna play the parents in it, but M. Night Shyamalan like cut them because he realized that their accents were different. I don't think he realized that Brazilian Portuguese and European Portuguese are like different languages. So,
Totally different. Yeah.
very, very different. So when he heard them both talk, he's like, well, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, totally. Totally. That's so funny. You know.
Oh my god, I hate you.
I'm trying to think of what else. There's a ton of fun stuff about this movie.
Oh yeah.
I was literally just reading an article about how Mark Ruffalo was originally cast in this, which I feel like Joaquin Phoenix was really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I don't really think of Mark Ruffalo as a serious actor.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I think Mark Ruffalo would have done a fine job, but I also think Joaquin Phoenix did a great job. So it's like either one, you know? I'm fine with either.
Yeah. He was super cute on the couch with his little hat with the kids.
Oh my gosh. Did you okay, those hats? They're like aluminum foil hats in the movie, right?
Yeah.
You'd think directing a movie, you'd make the hats out of aluminum foil, right?
Yeah.
No. They were made out of beeswax paper that they just painted chrome. I
Why?
don't know.
What?
I don't know. I think that's like such a weird fact. Like, is it cheaper? I genuinely don't know.
Well, if it's cheaper, that's like to the tune of maybe $50 cheaper, maybe.
Maybe. That's like a.
On a $75 million budget?
I don't know. Ask M. Night Shyamalan why they did. Well, actually, ask the props director. I don't know who did the props for this film. But I read about that and I was like, that's weird.
Oh,
Why?
you know what it might be?
What?
I know exactly what it might be.
Okay.
Aluminum foil would make a ton of noise.
Okay. Do
And
they
so
really
maybe it
move a
would.
lot?
Well, I mean, maybe.
They're just sitting on the couch.
The urge to just go into my kitchen and make one of those hats right now and see how loud it is in my mic is very strong.
Yeah.
For
Do
another
you
episode,
also
maybe.
though? Yeah, we'll do like a YouTube special. beeswax versus aluminum foil.
Yeah. That must be it. That has to be it. And
For
it's the
that
same reason why
sound?
yeah, it's the same reason why they don't use real chip bags. They're really
That
loud.
makes sense. Because you're actively, like, if chips are in a scene and you're, like, eating from them, it's going to be, like, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But they weren't, like, even touching them, really. They were just sitting there with them on their head.
There was also the scene where it was just the kids wearing them. And they were like putting them
Yeah,
on each other's heads. And
I guess.
that's got to be it. I'm convinced. I've convinced myself.
I like it. I like it.
That's been, that's like a business I want to own is like an experience where you go in and what's it called? When you like add sounds to a movie?
Oh, Folly. Folly artists?
Yes, like a Folly experience where it's
Okay.
like an old cartoon or something just playing on the screen and you're in this room with all your friends and family and you get to like create the sounds of the cartoon with stuff around you. I think that'd be a really fun like, like an escape room but not obviously.
It's not like something you sign up for, and they're actually removing it now, so it's kind of a moot point. But at Universal Studios in Hollywood, they had a special effects show where they would like go over like a ton of different special effects, and they would ask, like they would get people that were gonna see the show to like be in the show.
Mhm.
And one of the sections is they always get like a family to do a little Foley test.
Cute.
So it's really funny to see. I
Yeah.
My cousins got to be in another part of the show, and I got to be in the horror section part of the show.
Cute.
They looked at me and knew, but but we didn't get to be a part of that because they usually pick like a family of four with like two parents, two
Yeah.
kids. So, but
Yeah.
it was really funny to like watch them try to keep up with the scene and like do
Mhm.
the things. But yeah, it's really interesting to
Totally.
see. I'm sure you could like YouTube that or something, but that would be cool if it
Yeah.
was like a whole actual like experience that you got to go in and try to do.
Yeah, and then you get to like bring it home. Bring home your little DVD of or like a flash drive or whatever.
Of you fucking up the sounds of a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I can't wait for it. Katie's
Yeah.
Folly experience coming soon.
Yeah. Exactly. And somebody can be like the voice actor and yeah, it'd be so fun.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Get on it.
Cute. Okay, maybe I will.
Okay. I'll be your first customer.
Yay. We can do the example show.
Mm. You, you should maybe get real Folly artists.
Oh. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect.
True.
Okay, if anybody knows a Foley artist, get me in touch.
Hit us up.
Thanks.
Preferably in the Arizona location.
I'd move.
Oh, there you go. We're open. Open submissions all
Hmm.
across the US.
Yep.
Uh, okay, what are we talking about? Signs.
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 Which almost wasn't called Signs.
Tell me what it was almost called, Katie.
I don't remember. I just remember it wasn't called. Like it was called like Alien Invasion or something. Something like
Alien
like whatever.
Invasion. I'm glad he went
Yeah.
with Signs, because Signs I think is very accurate to what is happening, not only with the crop
Yeah.
signs, but with the signs of like, the baseball and the swing away and the water cups and the asthma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It all
I'm
comes
gonna
together.
see.
Okay, yeah, you looked that
The
up.
the asthma was a really good like I loved that as a plot point. Like
Yeah, a
I'm
little
like, why are they
touch
focusing so much on him having asthma? And then like click, just doot, light bulb.
I think that's what like makes it so good at though too. Like the whole movie, you're like, why is Bo like thinking all of her water is contaminated? And it just sets it up to be like,
There's water everywhere.
yep.
Thank God. Okay. It was originally supposed to be called I'm gonna tell you. Oh my
Oh,
God, I know it was in this article.
uh-oh. Got to do a
The
control F.
Alien Bulletin. or Visitors.
Visitors, fine. The
Yeah.
Alien Bulletin?
So obvious.
No. No, no, no. That doesn't even sound like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
No.
Signs
Signs
does.
does.
Visitors does.
Yeah.
He likes
I
those
still think
like
he should make a movie
one
named Visitors.
word titles, huh?
See?
Yeah. Unbreakable. Split. Signs. Old. The Visit. That's two, but still.
Oh, so he The Visit. Is that about aliens?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's not Visitors, but there's The Visit.
And maybe he saved Visitors
Maybe. One day
for
we'll
the
get an
visit.
alien. Oh.
Oh.
That was quite a while after. I don't think.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you do never know.
He said this movie was the easiest to write and like the best to produce, not produce, direct.
Yeah.
He liked it out of all of them.
Nice. I always kind of
This
wonder
is like,
why. What
how
did
many movies has he had?
a lot.
No, up to this.
Oh, up to this? I
Or
have
maybe
no
maybe
idea.
he has said that recently. Oh yeah, Signs was the easiest. But I
Oh
was just thinking
yeah.
it was pretty early in his career, I feel like. Kind of riding on Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I know he'd done Sixth Sense. I know he'd done Unbreakable. I'm not sure what else he had done. Um, but yeah, I like that he insisted that like film posters didn't have any mention of the Sixth Sense when they like started marketing this. He didn't even want Mel Gibson's face on the poster because he didn't want like people to go see it just because they liked Sixth Sense because he's like it's a very different movie. And he
Yeah.
didn't want to just feature Mel Gibson because he really felt like it was an ensemble cast and didn't want that to like take attention away from everybody else who's in the movie. Which I can respect. I like that.
Yeah. And it's the movie that like kickstarted Abigail Breslin's career. It's her first movie.
Yeah, first movie ever. And 3 out of the 4 like family members are younger siblings of other actors who I feel like were like a little bit more famous than them at the time this movie came out.
True.
So we have Abigail Breslin, whose older brother was is Spencer Breslin.
Mhm.
We have Rory Culkin, who has Macaulay Culkin and Kieran Culkin, but I feel like at that time Macaulay Culkin was
Macaulay. Yeah.
household name, and then Joaquin Phoenix, who had his older brother, the late River Phoenix. So it's
Mhm.
like just a bunch of little younger siblings getting their time to shine.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mel Gibson.
And then Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about him
Um,
much. I think people know.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah. But I
I
never,
didn't realize that M. Night was in it until after the fact. I was like, oh, that's what M. Night looks like, huh? Had no idea.
yeah, M. Night Shyamalan plays Ray Reddy.
I think in my head, I thought he was Quentin Tarantino. I don't know why, but that's who I imagine in my
No,
brain when I hear his name, which is wrong.
that is wrong on a lot of
Very,
levels.
very many levels.
So,
Also, in high school, one of my most embarrassing moments, and it wouldn't have been that embarrassing if my absolute fucking bully of a high school orchestra teacher didn't make
oh,
a big deal out of it. We were doing an M. Night Shyamalan like ensemble. What's the word?
I
Like
don't know.
mix of
Greatest hits.
songs. Yeah. In orchestra.
Okay.
And he handed out the score so we could all like thumb through it or whatever. And he's like, who can tell me the like common denominator of all of these sounds, like these soundtracks?
Okay.
And I knew what it was. And I did not know how to say M. Night Shyamalan. I called him M. Night Shyamalaya,
Mm.
and he made a really big deal out of it. he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that." And like kids were laughing at me and he was laughing at me. And it was like a big deal. He was a bully. He also
Oh,
kicked me out of his
ew.
class. I know. I hate him. To this day, I stalk him on LinkedIn to.
Oh, I was like, careful.
Oh yeah, no. I stalk him on LinkedIn just to be sure that I am more successful than him because that's all I care about in this world.
Good, yeah. He sounds like he sucks.
Yeah, he works in customer service now, which is just like nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong
But
with that.
he was a teacher.
It's nice to not work in customer service, though, I'll tell you what.
True, true, true. I just hope that people treat him the way he deserves.
Yeah, I hope he has the day he deserves.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
yeah, no.
Himalaya.
M. Night Shyamalan, he actually, like, cameos in most, if not all of his movies, I think. He
Yeah, I
usually
think so.
has a little pop in every once in a while.
Yeah, and I guess this one's different because he has kind of like a more significant role.
Yeah. Well, I also think it was, like, probably harder to have a cameo in this because there's 6 people with lines. Like, 7 if you count the wife. Like, not a lot of characters even in this.
True.
Yeah, and I guess Mel Gibson didn't even know he was going to be playing Ray Reddy until like the day that they were shooting the first scene, and he's like, "Hello."
That's funny.
Yeah, but I like that all the crop circles are real.
Yeah,
They actually
that's
made
fun.
them, and production like created a new watering technique to make the corn grow faster.
Oh.
And I guess like the Delaware Valley Agricultural College was like, "Hey, can you show us what you did?"
That's
So I like
awesome.
that.
I want to know how they made the crop circles though, because I mean, I'm sure they didn't do this in every scene, but that one scene where all you like see like a close up of how the corn is just kind of like folded over.
Mhm.
Like, did they just go and fold over each piece of corn individually,
Oh my
or
God, Katie doesn't know how to make crop circles. That's crazy.
wow, how
No, it's
Iowa of you to be fucking
yeah, I know how crop circles.
shaming me for not knowing how to make an alien crop circle.
I don't know if this is the technique they used in the film, but typically when crop circles are made, how I've seen it is usually like a plank and then 2 ropes on either side, and you just step on it, and you just keep going and stepping on it, so it pushes
Oh,
the corn over. I don't think they would have done it individually. That sounds insane. So,
yeah. Well, maybe for that one scene where it's like a close up, because it certainly didn't look like it was planked.
no, I thought it looked planked.
Oh, okay.
They were all just. What would be the difference in visual looks if it was pushing each one over individually versus planking them multiple at a time?
Maybe like the direction that they go. It
You
was
felt
very
the
uniform.
direction, yeah, which would not happen if you were planking all of them at once.
I think it would be less easy to control.
Okay, sure.
Wow. I'm having fucking flashbacks to my time in orchestra when I
No,
said M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm just asking questions, and I feel like we're coming to a common understanding that planking would work just fine.
Let's see. Let's see. Does it say how were the crop
I don't
circles
know.
made in signs?
In signs. No, nothing.
Doesn't really say. Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing immediately.
that's
But fine.
fair.
I'll.
You do some research. Get M Night
Yeah.
on the phone.
Yeah. I'll
Ask
just
him.
call him up.
Yeah, ask him about the
Mr. Knight.
beeswax too. I want to know for sure, definitively.
I mean, I've convinced myself.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm confident.
I like it. I've never really thought about it until rewatching this yesterday, but Rory Culkin is kind of like a little Scream King. Not little, he's older than me. I don't know what I'm saying.
It can't be that much older than
He's
you.
a child in this, but I think he's 4 years older.
Yeah.
I want to say I looked it up and he was 1989. Um,
That checks out.
but yeah, he's in this. He's in the Scream series. He's in Castle Rock. He's in Jack Goes Home. He's in Lords of Chaos, which like is technically listed as a horror movie. I personally think it's more of a drama thriller, but I'll give it to him.
Okay.
But yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was in Scream. He's not in the original one.
No.
Okay.
You'll find out.
Is he an adult?
Oh, when he's in Scream?
Yeah.
He's older.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a little kid.
Cute.
Yeah.
And then Joaquin Phoenix, Beau is Afraid.
Yeah. Has he done any other scary movies?
Joker was kind of spooky. No, it was.
Not a horror movie.
I would consider it a psychological something.
Thriller.
It's not really a thriller.
No?
It wasn't exciting. It was really uncomfortable.
It's
like-
listed as a crime drama thriller. So
I disagree, and I'm the expert. I've seen 40 horror movies.
40 horror movies.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely haven't seen like over 500.
Yeah. There are different levels of expertise.
I literally know that too because someone had said like, "Oh, I'm about to watch like my 500th horror movie. What should it be?" And then I was like, "Have I seen that many?" So I went on my Letterboxd and like sorted it by horror and was just like, "Yeah, I've seen over 500."
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to make my 1000th special.
How many are you at?
I have no idea. But also Letterboxd is just all the ones that I remember seeing that I like marked.
Oh.
So I feel like there might be some that I've seen that I didn't
Yeah.
remember because I used to just go on like any streaming site and just A through Z it.
Oof.
You watch a lot of stinkers that way. Let me tell you what.
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet.
Only
Oh,
ever
God.
turned off one. Ever. Only one I couldn't
What
sit
movie?
through. It's called Run, Hide, Die.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
that.
You can't. I wish I could tell you what happened. I don't know. Shaky cam was too bad. Everyone was screaming.
Oh, no.
You couldn't hear the villain talk. And I looked it up. It said it only got worse from there. So I just was like, I think I'm gonna head out. That's it. Can't do it.
Did you see it in theaters?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
That was scrolling through. I think it was on Hulu or something back in the day. But yeah, me and my old
Yikes.
roommate used to just like scroll, click.
Run, Hide, Die, huh?
Yeah. We should watch it sometime.
Yeah, I would watch it. Would you finish it? You'd have to finish it.
I'd do my best.
Yeah. Good.
Well, how scary did you think Signs was?
A 2.
Okay. What
Okay.
scenes gotcha? Or was it just the like tension of it?
Yeah, I think it's more the tension of it. And like the dog attacking scene was not ideal, which in hindsight I don't really understand why that happened.
I think it was just to show that like animals are like acting
Being
differently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like even at the beginning,
fair.
like you can hear crickets and then they stop once Bo screams. And that's when he wakes up. So yeah, like even that, like subtle little things of like the animals are like not okay, which happens when like disasters are about to So I think it was just a symbol
Yeah.
of like something big is about to happen.
True. Yeah. But no, yeah, it's just the tension of it all, for sure.
Yeah.
The aliens certainly didn't scare me. I will not be sleeping with my lights on tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like my mom in some parallel universe.
One day we'll figure out who's actually seen Signs, but not
Yeah.
today.
Not today.
No.
It won't be today. How about you?
I give it a 1.5.
Oh,
Not far off. I don't find it scary anymore, but there were some moments of tension, and I have to give it a little bump because it did scare me when I was a kid. I was
good.
spooked as a child.
Yeah.
But I
I,
do
I,
remember liking it as a kid too, which a lot of I was a very sensitive child to horror, so like I didn't like a lot of horror movies when I was a kid. Are you okay?
yeah, I punched my mic. I'm
I
so
saw
sorry.
that. Sexy? Did you think it was sexy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
One. Oh,
yeah, maybe a little.
oh my gosh, how sexy.
Let's call it a 2.
Ooh, wait, okay, that just jumped. What is it?
Yeah, I think it's, the long, lanky alien guy.
Okay. We know you like aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't like tentacled or anything. That would have really bumped it up. But there's something inviting about them.
there.
Yeah. You?
1.5.
For the aliens?
Yeah, smash.
Okay. Yeah. That feels right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna give it a go. There's
Maybe that's
something
what they
wrong with
came
us.
for.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah, you're probably right.
came for.
Aha!
I apologize for my actions. Let's move on.
um, fucked up.
I give it a 1,
Oh,
but
multiple dogs die.
it's a horror movie. Dogs die in horror movies. I'm sorry. I
This is our
might.
first horror movie where the dog dies, I
That's
think.
not true. They died in Things. The Thing.
Oh, that's true.
Um, and maybe more. That's just the first one I could think of that I knew for sure dogs died in.
Maybe the dogs die in alien movies.
Oh, that's true. Is there anything else
Zo-
we've seen where a dog died?
Zombie movies.
Ginger Snaps.
True.
Dog died. Werewolf movie.
Creature
Different.
features.
Creature
Creature features.
features.
So the dogs die in creature features.
What else? Megan.
Megan.
Not a creature feature.
We should have marked this as a spoiler in case people skipped
Sci-fi.
episodes.
Well, you know what? You're here. Sorry. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I
There's a
don't
whole
know.
website dedicated to this.
I think, yeah, when it happens enough that there's a whole website about it, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it is fucked up, but in the grand scheme of things. I might give it a 1.5 though, only because it is like, it still makes me like a little bit nervous when he like has this asthma attack and they have to like breathe through it in the night. That is kind of fucked up. That'd be really
Yeah.
scary as a parent or as the
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
I'll give it a 1.5. What about you?
Yeah, I gave it a 2.
2? Dogs and the
Mostly for the
kid? Or-
dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the kid had to kill the dog.
Yeah.
That's fucked. But I will argue the opposite of you and say that there is a website because it bothers people so much. Not just because it happens so often, but because it bothers people so much they have to look it up.
That is
So,
fair. That's a fair counter argument. I'll take it.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no. I think there was plenty of opportunity for it to be more fucked up than it was. 2 feels good.
Yeah. I think it what is it even rated? Do we know? PG-13.
Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be R.
No. Yeah, it's a
No
fairly
cursing.
mild horror movie.
Yeah,
It's like you said, kind of built more on tension than
totally.
an alien walking across the screen.
Yeah. I like honestly, Is it even horror? Like,
Yeah, I
and
think
not
so, right?
sci-fi? Sci-fi
Sci-fi can be
thriller?
horror.
But is it a sci-fi horror or is it a sci-fi thriller?
It's a little bit of both. I think thriller and sci-fi can be subgenres of horror.
Okay. So what makes it horror then?
The horror elements that are within it. The
Such
birthday party
as
scene was listed as like one of the like top 100 jump scares in any movie. That it was
that
like
was
it was
a
a
jump
that
scare?
was a horror movie. Yes, that was a jump scare when it came out. You
I'm the
weren't
jumpiest
9. You
person
don't
ever.
know.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I mean, did people not know it was an alien movie going into it?
No, you did.
Oh,
I think people just didn't expect to like see it that like I don't know. I'm telling you, I was 9 and losing my mind about it.
well,
Yeah. Well, overall,
overall, I enjoyed it. 3.5.
okay.
I had a good time.
All right.
You?
Sorry, I'm still taking in your in-depth review.
Yes. I want to hear what you said first, and then I'll defend myself or agree with you.
Oh, okay. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Oh,
I liked it more. Um,
you like it more.
I do. Yeah, I love this movie.
No,
It reminds
I
me of
like
my.
it more.
No, I like it more.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it reminds me of my childhood. Like I will never forget the first time I watched this with my sister in our basement, just like freaking out about it, and like when everything kind of came together at the end, we're like, oh, the water! Like it was just like I don't know. There's just something that like this movie will always have kind of a special little place in my heart. I also remember we had a movie club at our work, and this movie got brought up. We didn't watch it, but it got brought up. And everybody just started saying how terrible it was. And I remember like me and one other girl were just like, "Did you like this movie? Because I love this movie." Like, we were just, I felt like I had to defend it. So screw you if you hate this movie. Keep to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it
I
more, but yeah,
That's so annoying.
it's
That's literally
so
so annoying to
right,
me.
isn't it?
It's really
This
annoying.
is what you do to me every
Every time.
time.
No, yeah, no, I did really enjoy it, not as much as you.
Yeah, not as much as me.
Um, I have a little bias because it's a James Newton Howard film,
Composer.
composer,
Yeah, I know
Lord of the
composers.
Rings, one of the
Oh,
most iconic. The word is escaping me. One of the
soundtracks.
most no no composer. We
Oh,
literally just said it. One of
yeah.
the most iconic composers of all time. He's done Harry Potter. He's done Lord of the Rings. So I have a little bias. He
Mid.
bumped it up a point 0.5. Mid. Name a more iconic soundtrack than Lord of the Rings.
um, Jaws. Dun, dun,
That's
dun,
fair.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that's fair. That's up there. Top 5. Jaws, Lord of the Rings, top 5. Um.
That's fair. Oh, so it would have been a 3, but the
Oh
music
yeah.
bumped it up. So I
It always
really liked
does.
it more than you did. That's crazy.
No, because the soundtrack it impacts a film.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, noxious, but I take it.
All right. Would you survive?
Uh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't really think about it until now.
You never really do.
No, I really don't.
Maybe by episode 50.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, I should think about it ahead of time.
No,
But
no,
no,
I like
I
it.
would definitely, I would live. One, because I, if I'm in that movie
Yeah.
and I'm living in like farmland or whatever, I would be living near water. Like that's one of my like, literally my husband and I are like actively looking for houses across the United States with
Okay.
farmland and water.
Okay. But you're
So
in
that would be
their
one.
shoes, so you're not by water. You're out there making crop circles one at a time. You're busy.
Why am I? So I'm the alien? If I'm that character, if I'm in his shoes, I'm living by water, first of all. Or I'm putting my foot down and saying, we're going towards the lake
Okay.
with the veterinarian.
You'd go with the guy who killed your wife?
Well, I not with him, but I would take his advice.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, you have no reason. You just say that
He's a
because you
veterinarian.
know that. So?
But that's the only iota of like hope that they got to be
Yeah.
able to live through this is that they don't like water, potentially. Wouldn't
Mm.
you like lean into that?
I don't know. I
I
can't
would.
say.
I would.
Yeah.
Not subscribing to the mass hysteria of it all. I'm just finding a solution. And the only solution I was even remotely given
Water.
was water.
All right. You know what? Fair enough.
Thank you. Okay. Would you survive?
Yeah. No one dies in this movie.
The wife does.
Well, I don't walk alone at night, so it's not.
Well, it doesn't matter if she was walking alone. Good thing she was walking alone, because if she wasn't, more
It's
people
true.
would have been killed.
Yeah.
Needed a.
But no.
Well, that wouldn't
Yeah.
have helped either. I was going to say she needed a reflective vest, but that wouldn't have helped either.
Yeah, he just fell asleep. I don't think there was anything. It was fate. It was a sign. She had to die. It was like it was meant to be, he says to the man whose wife he killed. That's a crazy thing to say to someone when you cause the death
Can
of
you
their loved one.
imagine? Yeah.
It was almost like it was meant to be. If you think I'm not throwing hands at that exact moment, that's crazy.
Well, why did he even say that? What do you mean it's meant to be?
I think it was like supposed to hint at that whole like signs, is it a miracle, is it just luck type of thing that like is the recurring theme throughout the movie. Because
Yeah.
he was saying like if I had fallen asleep at any other time in Interville, like any other time, I would have just gone into the curb. Nothing would have happened. Like he had to fall asleep at that exact moment for it to like happen. So I think that's why he said it, but also unbelievably insensitive.
Yeah. If I think we've talked about this, if I killed somebody on accident,
Yeah.
I mean, to be clear, I would not kill somebody on purpose. But if I killed
Right?
somebody on accident, there's going to be another life on my hands. It's not going to be someone else's.
Oh no.
I'm done. No way. And I'm sure as hell not living in the same town as them.
Yeah, I'd move.
Being their veterinarian. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, he wasn't. That's why when the dog, they didn't go to the vet. Remember,
Right.
he said like, "Oh, we can take him to the doctor," and the kid's like, "He's just a doctor. What's he gonna do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll figure it out, you know."
Wait,
So then
no,
we didn't
wasn't
go
it
to
the
the
other
vet.
way around? Oh, you're right.
No,
You're
I
right.
think
They were
I
going-
think the
you're
kid
right.
might have referenced like, "Well, can't he do something about it?" And he's like, "No,
You're
we'll
right.
take him to the doctor."
Yeah, because the dog peed in the house.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that was like another kind of hint that they're not going to take him to the vet because
Yeah.
the vet is Ray. Yeah.
Whoops.
Oopsie daisy. It was meant to be.
I didn't really make the connection at the end that like his faith was restored.
Mm.
I did not make that connection at all.
Him
I'm
putting
glad that
on
you said that.
the priest uniform didn't do it.
Oh, no. I mean, I knew he became a priest again. I knew his faith was restored, but I didn't make the connection of why.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like because it was the asthma thing, right? It was like,
I think it was that mixed with like everything just kind of coming together at the end.
yeah.
Like, that he realized. Because he has that whole spiel, right? Earlier in the movie where he's talking to Meryl and says there's two types of people in the world. One that see signs and see them as signs and pointing to things and luck as miracles. And then there's people who just see it as a 50-50. It's either good luck or bad luck. Which type of
Yeah.
person are you, right? And at that point, he says he's the second type of the person. And I think by the end, he realizes he's the first type.
Yeah. I mean, the name of the movie is perfect. It's wild that they were even considering anything else.
Yeah, I would have been pissed if they called it the Alien Bulletin and not so.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? I wouldn't even have seen it. I would have been, no way.
No way. Not watching that.
No way. The Alien Bulletin. I don't want to know exactly what the movie's about from the title.
No, I think Signs is a perfect title for this movie.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect. Well,
You want to guess the plot of next week's movie?
yes.
All right. Well, since next week will be getting closer and closer to my personal favorite holiday, Halloween. Next week's movie is called Trick or Treat.
Okay, I can sort of envision the poster.
Okay. You've
I
seen
think.
the poster?
I think.
What is it?
I think it's the masked killer that this movie is about.
Okay.
In a jack-o'-lantern mask.
Okay.
Like live action Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, except orange
Oh, okay.
and human.
Got it. It is. So it's a human
really,
killer movie.
Yeah. So it's really not like
Mask killer.
Nightmare Before Christmas at all. But it is a masked killer.
Got it. Okay. Mask
Yes.
killer.
Masked killer, jack-o'-lantern mask. And I mean, the title says it all.
Does.
It's people going trick-or-treating, college students going trick-or-treating.
Going trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Because you do that still at that age. They're going around to like all of their Halloween parties and going and getting candy. And just slowly start being picked off one by one by this masked killer.
The jack-o'-lantern
And I have a feeling by the way that you've been picking movies recently, not a whole lot of plot outside of that. So, no offense to you.
It's crazy.
But no, I think that's what it is. I think they're going trick-or-treating. They start getting picked off. And there's probably a scene where they're going through trying to find the killer with the pumpkin face.
Yeah.
Mask, you know?
Yeah. It's like a whodunit.
Yeah, like, you're the killer. And then it's like, oh, no, you're Billy from my physics class. And then they put, you know?
I do know because I've seen it, so.
Yeah.
I remember the scene you're talking about.
Am I close?
No.
Not even a little?
Not even a little.
Is it about trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Partially.
So I'm a little close.
You're going to love it.
Something right.
Not only does this have a plot, it has multiple interweaving plots.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need now.
Exactly. You're going to be up to your toes and nose? Up to your nose. Up to your toes wouldn't be much.
No, up to my toes is about what Evil Dead and Friday the 13th gave me.
Up to your nose and plot. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be like,
oh, I'm excited.
Whoa, there's so many plot points.
Yay. How will we ever get through the summary?
We can't. No, we can.
I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
Yay. Well, see you next week. Bye.
There it is.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for today. If there are any movies you'd like to hear us talk about or you'd like to traumatize me with, please let us know in the comments or shoot us a DM on our socials at Killer Cuties Podcast.
Thanks so much for listening. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Halloween themed anthology, Trick or Treat. We hope to see you then. Bye.